Hey, welcome to my channel. Today's topic is artist block and what causes it. Alright, come on, let's go. Hey, my name is Naila like the Lion King, and this is my channel DBNaila, done by Naila. Hello there. How are you guys today? Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I feel pretty good. If you don't know me, I am an artist and this is my creative health mental space. I'm an artist and this is my creative mental health safe space. This channel is basically just doing that exactly. I'm painting a bunch of things that come from my mental health. I talk to you guys, we vent to each other, we create with each other, and it's just like basically you're watching me make a bunch of mistakes and learn from them. So that's what this channel is. So if you like this channel, stay on. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we're gonna jump in. I have some items. Well, first off, I'm highly grateful and blessed because someone had gifted me an anonymous gift card to Blick Art Supplies. I don't even know what to say. I am beyond grateful, beyond words. I can't really explain. I just appreciate you guys so much, you know, and I'm grateful. I'm extremely grateful. So I got some things and they came in the mail the other day and I wanted to do a quick little, what's the word? Unboxing before I paint my painting. Okay. Also, I changed my studio around a little bit. Okay, give me a second. Oh, there's this box. And then I have this box. Other boxes. I'm gonna move you over to my desk area, which is a desk that my grandmother gave me. She gave me a bunch of furniture that she didn't want anymore, and I'm repurposing it. Yeah, okay, come with me. Oof. Can you come here? Okay, there we go. 2, 3. Oh, right. Don't know which side is up, but I want to say it's this one. Oh, so this is the box of stuff I ordered. Come closer, come closer. All right, let's see what it is. First off, I did not know this is how little bit of paint I got. I hope I bought the right items. I don't think I bought the right items, you guys. So, now, in my mind, it was bigger than this, but I don't think so. So this is not gonna take me far at all, to be honest. I don't know what I thought, but I didn't think they were this small, and I'm not good with numbers. Okay, so now we have just tiny little acrylics. I'm gonna just put this to the side. Oh, and then we have, ooh, leakage. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna take all these out. Matter of fact, let me just take one out. Oh yeah, I got oil paints. Look at this. Because I want to do more oil paints and I never have enough. I got that good stuff. This is the stuff that's non-toxic because I know everyone's just kind of like, please be careful with oil paint. So I got the ones that was specifically non-toxic because I don't feel like having the precautions of being safe. So non-toxic paint. This is like, how many do I have? Okay, so it's 1, 2, I need space. So I'm just gonna there we go. Okay, better. So paint, more paint, floor, paint, floor, paint, floor, paint, white paint, floor, red paint, floor, other paint, floor. These little tubes of paints, or jars of paints. I'm guessing this was paint as well. Oh look, paint. Okay, all this paint. Y'all, I got something else. This is a palette that I can just paint on and pick the paint off of. Y'all know I used to do these a lot. Remember the little ash mirrors? Look, do you remember them? So now I got that. I got it specifically on this so I don't have to keep buying paper. I know, I just bought that pad, so I'm gonna finish out that pad. No, I lied. I'm using this. I'm so excited I'm using this. I got a pencil sharpener for colored pencils because I didn't know you have to have a specific color pencil sharpener for color pencils. So that makes complete sense because every time I sharpen a color pencil, it breaks. So I got a color pencil sharpener, which I didn't know was a thing. So yeah. Oh, I got some glazing medium because Christian was talking to me about it. Do you guys remember the interview I had with Black King? You know.
Well, you should try this out. Have you ever tried liquid out yet? And then if you want to ever glaze with it, have you ever tried glazing?
No.
Glazing isn't a sealant.
What is it?
It's like a.
He was talking about glazing, and I wanted to get the glazing medium because I want to try it out with a few paintings. I'm gonna do some like wet acrylics type things. So I think it's only used on acrylic. I'm just talking, but I'm gonna use this on my next like softer portrait. Oh yeah, and I got the scraper to scrape things off, and it's like, see, look at this. Okay, I'll open it. Oh, wow, that hurt. Look, this is my scraper, and then I just like. I love it. And then I got some paper, you guys. Mixed media paper because I want to do more pieces, more drawings that I can just use like oil pastel or maybe do watercolor, but it's very thick paper, like it's super duper thick. I got this paper because I want to do more drawing projects. Now for this other box. Yeah. Okay, another box. Well, obviously I already know what this is. So I got a 24 by 30 nice and gessoed canvas. So look at this. Look at this thing. So I got two sets of these. And if you noticed, I got another drawing pad. I love the tone artist pads because I mean you can just do so much drawing on this. Gosh, I have a small one, so this is the bigger one basically, and this is the other one. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff I got, and I'm so grateful. Okay, so I'm gonna jump in. If you guys remember, I started this painting a few weeks ago. No, just a week ago. I started this painting a week ago, and so far this is what I have. Boop. This was the actual reference for it. Boop. I want to see if the scraper works on my gray palette, because I don't know. Like, I feel like it works. I'm just gonna. Okay, maybe. Are you telling me I'm like double saving right now? Like, oh.
3 days later.
This is not, it's not giving what it's supposed to give. So this scratchy is definitely just for that palette. It's kind of pointless for this. I'm nervous that I'm gonna have some dried up paint flakes, so I'm actually gonna just throw this out.
Oh, bro.
I know. I'm gonna not do this next time. So I'm gonna hold on to Bad Boy. I may just use this palette for like oil paint specifically. I mean, you can scrape oil paint off, but like that's a big hassle. This says it has maximum balance and comfort. There's a little, you can put your thumb in here. Is it has maximum comfort and grip? Let's see if it feels good. Do I do it this way or I think it's like oh gosh, okay, let's do it like this. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? My thumb feels so comfortable on this. And it said you can take this little piece out, but I don't want to do that because I'll lose it. Because if that's the case, I'll just put this on my, oh, I took it out. You know what? Let's see if I can put it on the other palettes. Nope, I don't even want to try it. I hope I didn't break it already. If I put, is it supposed to come this? Supposed to, oh man, I fixed it. Bro, this feels so good. Bruh, I smacked my forehead. My makeup came out. Just gonna wipe that off. I don't want to open up my new paints. Like, I want to use my other paints that I was using. So I'm just gonna get my other paints and I'm gonna get red, yellow, blur, black, and white. That's it. That's it. Okay. Okay, so let's actually get into this conversation of artist block. So if you are a seasoned viewer from my channel, you realize that I start over all the time and I never know what to create. So I decided to make a video talking about how I get over it. And I decided to divide it into 5 main things. Yes, 5 main things. By the way, let me just say, I am not a professional. These are my opinions. And sometimes it just helps me and works for me. So the first concern I talk about when it comes to artist block is honestly your environment. Everyone knows if you are not comfortable, how are you going to be comfortable to create anything? And this goes for not just painting, but honestly writing, gaming, honestly anything. It's a lot. It's a lot. Like, let's talk about music. I don't know if you guys see all the time, but I play music in the background all the time. Only time I pause it is when I'm talking to you guys. And then when I'm literally painting, I blast music all night, all day. Because if I don't have music, I can't really feel the vibe of things. But I love music. I love the idea of feeling comfortable. Like if it's lighting, if it's temperature, you know, maybe have a blanket, maybe sit on the floor. Like there's so many different things you can do to like make yourself comfortable to create. Because if you're like uncomfortable, your back is hurting. I know as artists, first off, we have terrible backs. Terrible backs. So I tend to like make sure I'm really comfortable. That doesn't like hurt me in the long run. And then also too, it kind of counts as environment is if you're on a time crunch. This is why I have a hard time with deadlines, because I feel rushed and I can't really take my time. So I think those are some factors that kind of come into like, if these are not good, I'm not gonna want to create. That's that art block, but these are kind of easier ones. But so the question I would ask to figure out if you are in the good environment, if you are comfortable, is can I escape? Honestly, is this even a vibe? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Is this a vibe? Like, can I literally just disappear from reality from this? That's a good question to figure out. But let's go to the next one. A little bit more interesting. I'm starting from the bottom on the way up as far as like seriousness, but the next one I would say is brain space. I think about this obviously because as a creator, you know, one of the reasons why you create is probably to just empty out your mind, you know? So things I think of when I think of like brain space, I think of like, am I doing this just for the fun of this? Or am I doing this because I have to? Like, I try to think about like, is this therapy or a job? Because honestly, it gets hard for me sometimes because I don't want to create by myself without recording it because I want to do it for YouTube. But I have to get back to creating by myself because honestly, I get so much art block if I'm like, okay, you have to create for this. So I'm just kind of like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. So sometimes it's good to just create kind of naturally and just do it just cause, not because anyone told you to, just kind of do it. You know what I mean? It's not a deadline. You're not doing it for a portfolio. You're just doing it to scrap it, if that makes sense. Yeah, so when I say like create naturally, like create like no one's looking, like journal. Like the biggest thing I would say for if you're creating, sometimes it feels good to not have to worry about eyes on you. I know as an artist, it's really hard to paint live and in front of people. I have a hard time creating my process, so I get you. Like I truly get you. So if you're thinking about brain space, just think about like, is this going to uplift me? Like honestly, like what does this even do for me? That's like the biggest thing I try to ask myself to get me in the mood to paint something is what does this do for me? And like when it comes to art block and creative block, it's just kind of like, what is the reason? If you don't really care for a reason, you're not going to want to do it. Like honestly, if the work is not important to you, you're not going to want to do it. That's just the art block. And you can't lie to yourself. Honestly, you can't lie to yourself. It's always going to come up. So that would be my question for like the whole brain space thing. Like what does this even do for me? To be honest. So this is the next day, low key, and I'm so excited because I get to test it out to see if it's even scrapey enough. Okay, so my third one would be resources. And like ironically, you know, I just talked about in the beginning of the video that I got an anonymous gift card, which was really cool, but I really don't want people to feel like you need to have these certain materials to create or do work. It does make you think sometimes because people have the technologies you need, the materials, and sometimes the material is a huge gap when it comes to quote unquote professional works, you know? Society, if you really don't have that like income to like start it up, it's gonna be a harder process for us. But that's never stopped us before, you know? We create with what we have. When it comes to this topic and artist block, I think about I have to wait till I get this. Like, it's going to be steps before I can do this step, before I do that step. Honestly, don't wait. Just do it. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't have canvas, find some cardboard boxes, you know, get some clothes, paint on shirts. Like, I just feel like waiting is the biggest type of thing for art block. Waiting to have the materials you need, waiting to have the supplies you need. Like, it was a huge thing for me. Like, the fact that I didn't have a studio space for so long when I moved in with my in-laws, and literally I got out of my bed, I was literally one step away from my studio space. I was recording right next door, if you guys remember, during my earlier days of YouTube. You know, you gotta just make for what you have, you know what I mean? And I'm so grateful, thank God, that I have my studio space now, you know, but I didn't wait. I just created, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't wait for things to happen. I didn't wait for things to change, to start. No, I just said, you know what? All I need is my phone or my camera. Like, I was using my iPad. I don't know if you guys remember, I used to use my iPad to record, and I didn't let things stop me. I just kept going, you know? Like, the quality may have not been super duper great, but I still had so much fun creating videos, you know? When it comes to artist black, when it comes to artist black, when it comes to artist block, ask yourself, is there a wait list? You need to cut that wait list down. Do not wait, just get it, just do it. Off of that vibe, let's get into our fourth one, which is visual expectations. Man, oh man. I think of social media in general. Like, it's funny because like I feel like as young creatives, we practice by copying. We practice by learning and like just seeing and copying and trying to take on things that way. But the only problem with that is that we have an expectation in our mind. And that comes from me being more so like at the beginning of everything, I wanted to be a realistic artist. So when you're doing realism, you want everything to be perfect. And that was a huge like no for me. As far as visual expectations, you tend to like set yourself up where it's kind of like, if it doesn't look like this, I'm going to be distraught. Like, you literally hesitate before you create something. Like, as much as I plan things out and like I try to edit things in Procreate first, or I'll sketch things out, I have a hard time kind of like sticking to the habit of sketching it out before I create, because I like to change things around a lot when I'm working on it. And as you guys know, like, I restart all the time. So as a question for visual expectations, I would ask myself, how often do I hesitate? How often do I just freeze? Like, how often am I stuck? When it comes to artist block, we hesitate because we have an idea we have in our mind, and if it's not that exact idea, we freeze until it looks like it. I think the biggest thing is that ideas evolve. That's the fun part about being a creative. Like, you can change your mind. I promise you, it's not a contract. It's not a contract. So the last but not least, I feel like, which is the most specific artist block, is like the idea of artistic guidelines. You guys know what I'm talking about. You know, what's right and wrong, basically. It's not so much of the visual expectations, but it's more so as in like, this has to be correct for this medium, for this, you know, program, for this. I just feel like guidelines are just that exactly. They're ideas, they're prompts. Like, we're supposed to work from them. They're not law. Like the rule of thirds, like, that's a cool thing I picked up in school. Like, I like it, but you don't see me doing every single piece with rule of thirds. I apply it when I want to. Honestly, rules are created by other people, just like you and me. I based my channel on making mistakes. And like I always say that it's okay to have mistakes. I truly believe it's okay to have mistakes. I don't like to be like, you can't do this unless you have this course of knowledge. And I'm like, honestly, you're not gonna stop me from just trying. You know, I feel like life is all about trying, failing, trying again, getting better at it. You know what I mean? Like, I can't just do something absurd and crazy. Like, says who? Like, says who I can't put a sculpture on a t-shirt? Now, it's certain things I will say that there are little rules that make sense, like when it comes to like the whole biology of things, because let's be honest, a lot of art materials and art in general is like a science mathematic thing. So maybe I won't mix certain mediums so I don't pass out. But as far as in like techniques and doing certain things like that, I feel like I'd rather just go through it myself and figure it out, because you never know, you may find a better way than what's produced. I grew up by an older generation, and the one thing I remember is that the way they do math is entirely different than the way that I was taught math in my school, because math evolves. Even though their way, if they do the same equation, it comes out the exact same answer. So when I think about things, I think about it that way. Like, maybe this isn't the textbook way, but I know I'm finding my own type of way. Because like when you figure it out, it's just kind of like, well, I figured it out this way. I don't know how you figured it out. You figured it out by watching someone else try it out. I want to try it out. I want to be that next scientist or evolutionist, whatever. So that's what I would say. Do I rely on the law to create? So I don't know if this was somehow helpful or informative. Like I say, I'm just a regular schmegular artist, creative. I am not a professor or whatever the case may be, but I do know these questions help me a lot dealing with artist block. Because at the end of the day, honestly, if you are just not up to par and you're dealing with a bunch of mental health like handicaps, to be honest, then that's understandable as well. I just want to say that there's no pressure. There is no pressure. You know, like, just take a breather. As everyone says, take your time, take a breather, but just realize it's just you and your outlet. But I love you guys. This has been a really cool video. I'm not really showing my face right now because your girl was eating some beef stew. I didn't feel like getting up and dressed. If you were new and you enjoyed this, please comment below. But I love you guys. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I will see you guys very soon. Enjoy the week. And enjoy the weekend, because the weekend we doing what it do.
Now that I've got you right where I want you.
Like and subscribe.
Nice.